What's up, YouTube? Mr. LaMessi here, and today we're going to be going through a tier list of unique bows and crossbows. So, once again, I heard you guys' feedback about not having the stats and the way that we had the tier list before. So now this is going to be a new style where we have the stats above me, and we'll look at the stats of every item before we tier it. I think that's going to be a good way to do it. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started because we got a lot of bows and crossbows to go through. So we'll start with bows first, and we can start with Mr. Pluckeye. 2 to 8 damage, has some ED, which on 2 to 8 is pretty relevant. It's 1 to 4, goes to 2 to 8. A little bit of attack rating, a little bit of mana steal, does nothing. 10 to life, 2 mana per kill is the only thing. You're pretty much better off getting any bow and just shoving, like, you could just literally buy a hunter bow with a couple sockets and put a couple gems in it, and you've already crushed this bow D tier. I would rather use so many things than Pluckeye. Moving on, we have Witherstring. Has a magic arrow that it shoots. A little bit of ED, 3 to 12 damage, 1 to 3 added, 30 IAS is nice, and some attack rating. But again, it's just another bow that I'm not. The low bows are just so mediocre. I'm gonna put this one in the top of the D tier. Pluckeye is bottom. Now, if you guys can help me find it, there it is. Top of it. After that, we have Ravenclaw, which now you get the explosive arrows, which is actually fun. Required level is 15, 19 to 22, a little bit of bonus AR, dexterity and strength, ED. I mean, it's still not great, but explosive arrows are nice. Level 3 explosive arrows are actually fun and decent. I like it. I think it goes in the C tier for sure. I think that's a solid C right there. After that, we have the Rogue's Bow, which has some Deadly Strike and nice IAS. It's got some attack rating, some all res. The problem is your damage, 5 to 12 at level 20, is just so little. So a Deadly Strike on this doesn't do anything. Oh, you dealt 7 damage. Now you deal 14. Cool. All right, I guess. It just is missing. You know, the stats look okay, but if the damage if it's not high damage, then the bow's just garbage. Rogue's Bow goes in the C for me. After this, we have Storm Strike. A little bit better damage, but still level 25. I mean, bows just really suffer there with that. It has piercing attack, 25%, which is kind of nice, actually. 1 to 30 lightning damage. Only normal attack speed's a little bit annoying. Again, because of the piercing attack, I'm going to put it in the C, but I don't even like that. I don't even like myself for doing it, but I just feel like that gives it the tiniest bit of redemption. Now we have Whizin Draw. 7 to 80 D, so 5 to 30 to 32. The stats are getting a little bit higher, but still manageable. Fires magic arrows is kind of fun. Some IAS, but it's still a slow attack speed bow. Energy, mana, and then it has this big minus to enemy cold. And this is the only thing that's redeeming about it is you could maybe play Whizin Draw with some like freezing arrow and have a little fun. The slow attack speed still sucks. I'm going to put it C purely because I would be interested to play around, but slow attack speed is just so bad. It's just the battle bows are just I'm too generous with the bows. I mean, yeah, I just don't want to make them all D tiers, you know. C for the meme build. Hellclap, 10 to 26, 27, 35, 55. Again, damage pretty low, but a little bit better attack speed. You get some added fire damage. +1 to fire skills is nice. That'd be nice for like exploding arrow or something. I think this is Hellclap's a solid C. Solid C bow. Once again, it's not winning me over. Where's Hellclap? I'm going to put it up here. Not winning me over in a crazy way. At level 27, I'm definitely just having a Zephyr bow and firing way faster and enjoying that more. But it's okay. And lastly, we have Blast Spark. This is the last of the normal unique bows. +1 skills, 2 to exploding arrow. But level 28 with a slow attack speed. Yeah, you get 3 to exploding arrow. But that is literally all that you get from it. This goes in the D. Like when you're shooting exploding arrows and things like that, you really need weapon speed. So these just do nothing there. All right, let's move up to the exceptional bows. Very fast attack speed for Sky Strike with some nice damage. Not bad right there. Nice ED. 1 to 250 lightning damage. Chance to cast level 6 Meteor. Which is just random, but okay. I guess Sky Strike makes sense. 30 IS. 1 to Amazon. 100 attack rating. I think we have our first B bow, you guys. I think that's a solid B. I would consider running that on my character for a little bit. Definitely a B. Rip Hook is up next here. Also some decent damage. 22 to 61 to 70. Slows target. Chance of open wounds. IES. Lifesteal doesn't really matter too much. 35 to mana. I like this as well. I think if I'm playing a physical character, I would use this. I think this is also a B. The lifesteal is just going to be too low to matter too much. It'll do a tiny bit, but 10% of 61 to 70 is 6 or 7 if you get a high roll, which is okay. But like I say, this is like if I'm running a physicals on, I think Rip Hook is solid. I almost want to put it in the A category. Like at level 31, slows, open wounds. It really feels like you could run this. I think bottom of A. You think Sky Strike is better? Sky Strike is very nice as well. Boy, oh boy. That's tough. Great for normal and nightmare. Move Rogue's Bow up just for the 50 IAS. Okay, let's do this. I think that's fair. Yeah, the slow is really nice on it. 30% slow. I would use either one of those bows in a playthrough. Rogue's Bow is S tier if it's upped. Level 30 Zons use it for low-level duel. That's why it goes in the B slot, because it's only got one specific really good use case there, and it's okay, but yeah. Every time I look at the wiki, I'm drifting off the mic. That makes sense.
I'm going to have dinner ready about 5:30 for Mom. So.
No, no, I will be streaming.
All right.
So.
I'm going to make pork chops and stuff.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Leave it there.
Okay. Kuko Shukakuo. Damage is decent. Requirements are pretty low. Fast attack speed there. Fires explosive arrows, level 7, which is kind of fun. Piercing attack 50 is kind of fun. +3 to bow and crossbow skills. This is literally... I mean, if that wasn't immolation arrow, if that was exploding arrow, it'd be even better. But adds fire damage. Man. The Shikaku is Shikakuing. S tier for that bad boy. I like it. Level 33, I think that's fantastic. You could put it in A if you want it. Endless Hail as well. A decent speed bow with the double bow. A little bit added cold damage. A little bit to strafe. The ED is not bad on it. I think it's a B. I think Endless Hail is... The damage is high enough that you can run it for a strafe zone. You get some cold damage to slow monsters. I think it's a low B, but I think it's a B. This is, once again, I'm thinking of the use cases for it. Who levels a strafe? Nobody. But if you want to, like, I've done a physical zone before, and you have to play into strafe. That's what you're going to be using. And the plus to strafe is, you know, okay, meaning not great or anything, but you really want decent damage on the bow, and the cold helps to slow everything. I think low B or high C, either one is where it goes. If we need to adjust it later, we can. Next up, we have Witchwild, which has the 2 open sockets, which is really nice. So the damage on Witchwild is okay as well. Fires magic arrows, level 20. Wow. Level 20 magic arrows. Chance to cast amp damage. Chance for deadly strike. All res 40. And 2 open socket. I think Witchwild is an A. Straight up. Straight up in the A's. A lot of decent stats on it. The sockets are nice. I've played around with the Witchwild before in a playthrough. It wasn't S tier. It wasn't S tier. That was like Gold Strike and stuff was what went in the S tier for me. Cliff Killer, level 41. Requirements, maybe a little high on the strength. Slow attack speed. Definitely is painful having this large siege bow. You do get some skills. You get some life and knockback. A little bit of added damage. So the damage is definitely nice on it, I will admit. But the slow attack hurts a lot. High B or low... I mean, it's probably B. I think B is a fair place to put it. The damage, it's a big stat stick. I like it more than Endless Hail. But a slow bow really hurts you. When you guys start playing with one, you'll be like, oh, never mind. Mage Wrath. Damage is also not bad. Requirements aren't as bad. 73 is still a little high, but terrible. Adds 25 to 50 damage. Some ED. Attack rating. 1 to all skills. Hit blinds targets. Same effect as dim vision. I wonder why it says it just on this bow. Big mana steal. Magic damage reduced. 10 dexterity and 3 to guided arrow. The stats don't really make sense. Like, something you have to think about with stats is, do the stats tell a story? And here the story is, I don't know what we're trying to run. We're trying to be like a mana stealing guided arrow zone, I guess. I guess that's what it's going for. I'm a high C on it. I just don't like it enough. Multi-shot bow? Maybe? I don't know. I don't like it enough. And lastly, we have Gold Strike Arch, which, yes, the requirements are a little bit high. Yes, the attack speed is a little bit low, which kind of sucks. But the damage for strafe is what brings this bad boy out. You get big damage, damage versus demons, damage versus the undead, 50% IAS here, replenish life 12, and then a big boost to attack rating. this bow is, when I was doing a physical playthrough and I was trying to find a bow that could actually strafe me through hell, and upped gold strike was the bow that did so much. It was so helpful. I'm going to put it in the A tier purely because it is very specific in its case. You need to run it with strafe pretty much because of the slow attack speed. Yeah, I think that's where it goes for me. It's very solid though. Very, very good bow. You could argue S if you wanted. Up, yeah, you up it and it's a little bit better. All right. Yeah, Kuko is probably not S tier as well. We can see. But for its level requirements, it was pretty solid. Okay. So Eaglehorn also has a little bit of that slow, but you get massive damage with the big max. Good attack rating, dexterity, and then ignore target defense. Level 69 required. We love to see that. Strength and dex, a little bit high. It's all around a decent bow. Again, a good physical bow. So if you're looking for that strafe bow, I think that's it. This is a tough one. Where do I want to put Cliff? I kind of want to have it in the level 69 though. A. I think it goes in the A for me. What's the point of AR if it has ignore target defense? Ignore target defense doesn't work for its bosses, so this helps with the bosses. All right. After this, we have Widowmaker, which has faster attack speed, ITD, deadly strike, plus the guided arrow, and fires level 11 magic arrows. I mean, it doesn't seem bad. It's kind of missing some stats, but the stats that it has are all pretty good, you know? I really wish it had a couple more stats on it. Pretty big requirements with the 146 dex. I wish it had like some mana, life leech, things like that, you know? I think this only goes in my A tier. I can't put it in an S tier. It's too high require and not enough. It's just missing a couple pieces. And lastly, the guaranteed S tier bow, the Wind Force. The bow of bows with its giant max damage right there. 20 IS, big ED, big max damage, some mana steal, and you get the knockback as well. This is the S tier bow, the big old damage guy. This actually makes me want to buff up Eaglehorn a little bit. Yeah, you know what? Let's move Eaglehorn right here. Gold Strike, I'm going to move to the S as well. Yeah. Eagle is S. Yeah, ignore target defense is really, really nice. Okay, I'll move it up to the S tier. I think Gold Strike still goes ahead of it. Too many S tiers? Is there really? I mean, it's like you do this then. That's fine. Let's take one more look at the Kuko Shikaku real fast. See if we think it still deserves to be there. +3 to bow and crossbow. The added fire damage is really nice. Level 33. Piercing 50. Yeah, I like it there. I like it. The piercing and all that. It's got some nice, yeah. At level 33, I think that's really solid. Low requirements. Great bow for the time period. Cool. All right. Well, I think this is the bows. I think this is where we're at. Yeah. It ended up, a lot of your low bows are pretty bad, but as you move up, you can definitely start to find some decent bows that can start to work you through the game, right? You can start to do some stuff with a Cliff Killer and a Rogue's bow. Then when you start getting into these A-tier bows, you can really start to actually make progress through hell and stuff. So we have all those. Oh, we have the Lycander's Aim. You're right. Let me get the class-specific bows really fast. Good call. And then we'll go into the crossbows. So Lycander's Aim is definitely a nice bow. Once again, you get decent damage. 2 to Amazon skills, 20 energy, 20 dexterity, 2 to bow and crossbow skills. It's the problem with it is it's a little bit trying to be an elemental bow with like the Amazon and the bow and crossbow skills. Like you want to use that more with like your elemental skills, but then it's playing like it's an ED, a damage bow. So it's a little bit in the mix, which is the difficult part. Shove a Shale Rune in it, get it to 40 IAS, and it's probably bottom of S tier, high A tier. Do I like Gold Strike more than it? Probably. I think upped Gold Strike is a little bit better for me, so I'm going to put it right behind like this. I think I still have to move Gold Strike up. When you get Gold Strike, it just does so much. Okay. Now, let's get the crossbows. Upped Witchwild was okay, but I didn't like it as much. I still didn't like it as much. Okay, so Lead Crow, 10 to 15 damage. Not bad. Some Deadly Strike on it. Some attack rating, some life, some dexterity. You know, for a crossbow, it's actually not bad. I'm going to put it in a C tier. Crossbows overall are just like all D tier, which is the problem. So I'm going to try and not think too much like that. Ichor String, level 18, 13 to 24. Slow attack speed. Adds some poison damage. Has some pierce on it. 20 to dexterity. But at level 18, I don't think I'm using it at 18. I think I can maybe use Lead Crow for 2-3 levels. Why is Hellcast? Oh, okay, there we go. Hellcast right here. Yeah, 2 perfect emeralds by that point exactly. 23 to 44. Strength is a tiny bit high, not terrible. Explosive bolts, fire damage, IAS. Really missing a lot of stuff though. Again, am I putting this on to shoot really slow explosive bolts? Probably never. D. Doomslinger. 9 to 12 to 19 to 24 at level 28. Jeez. Has some piercing attack. Has IS plus 1 to skill levels. 15 to life. You know, I actually don't hate it. I think this is okay because you're using this purely for exploding arrow or freezing arrow or whatever it is. So with the IS, the pierce, the Amazon skills, end of a B. The Langer Brisser, the weirdest magic find crossbow to exist. The damage on it's actually pretty high. There's good max damage and good ED, chance for open wounds, added life, or lightning, added life, knockback, magic find. It's actually not the worst bow ever. You know what? Doomslinger's going down to a high C, and the Langer has taken its place in the B. You got the knockback and open wounds and some high damage. Not the worst thing ever. Is it slow? Yeah, but it's a crossbow. They're all slow and garbage. Once again, I'm not saying crossbows are any bit good. I'm just saying. All right. Pus Spitter, the really strange Necro, +2 to Necro skills. Chancellor, lower res, and Poison Nova. Honestly, the best thing about this is you just run around and get hit and cast Poison Nova. Requirements are nothing, minus 60. I think you just use it as a +2 to Necro skills Poison Nova thingy. D tier. Next up, we have Bureza, which is big old damage. Requirements are a tiny bit high, but you get the really big plus to max damage based on character level. Get some nice cold damage. 100% chance to pierce, freezes target, plus dexterity, and 80% IAS. Bureza is an easy S tier. Delicious bow. Amazing. Actually amazing. Yeah. So good for a crossbow. Next up, we have the Demon Machine, which has some nice damage. Level 49, 80, 95. Not terrible. Very fast attack speed. 66 to max. Explosive. You get piercing as well. Random 3-2-1 defense. Some random mana. And some nice attack rating. I mean, it's not bad. B? Top of the Bs? It's pretty mediocre. Next up, we have Helrac, the worst version of Bureza. Has a nice bonus to AR. You do get Cold Fire Light, some IAS, and then level 18 Immolation charges. You do get 2 open socket, though, which is kind of nice. I think the Demon Machine is better than Langer Brisser. I don't think it's better than Cliff Killer, but 163 to strength and required level 76 is pretty disgusting. For that, you get the C. No one has ever run that crossbow in the history of D2. Probably true. We'll move it down to low C. I like it above Lead Crow. And then Gut Siphon. Again, decent attack speed. Some pierce, the lifesteal, open wounds, and the slows isn't bad. 141.98 though. Again, just too high of requirements right here. Too high of requirements. I think it puts it in the C range. Bad damage. Yeah. And then we forgot Blood Raven's Charge, the one bow that we forgot to do. Bonus attack, revived charges, plus to bow and crossbow skills, fires explosive arrows. 71, 87, 187. Jesus, that dexterity. That's... oh, God. Highest D. Good Lord. That's so much. Yeah. All right. Well, that covers all the bows and crossbows. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, where you'd move stuff up and down. And I hope you guys enjoyed the new format. Anyways, mwah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And peace, YouTube. Have a good one.